All right, so good day to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. As always, the support is very much appreciated. Gentle reminder to hit the likes button, to subscribe and share. All right, we're getting into it now. Pivot crisis solution. What that? 7 question marks. Nana and Bobby. Damion Lowe and Bobby De-Cordova Reid, as me da call Damion Lowe. I call him the other day. Brockfoot Nana Lowe. That is Damien's new nickname. Seeing Brockfoot Nana Lowe. we know about Damion Lowe and you know how him do film things already now. Anyway, I'm up on the pitch. Anybody run up a trouble. Anyways, more to do that video here because we have a pivot crisis, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, we need solutions, We need solutions. We need solutions to the number 6 position. We need solutions to the number 8 position, and we have needed those solutions for quite some time, right? I think we have basically settled on the idea of Damion Lowe being the solution for now until we can do better or find a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more suitable solution, for want of a better term, instead of having to use a makeshift centre back, actually finding a CDM by trade. You get what I say? But Bobby De-Cordova Reid playing in the pivots is something that I have been calling for some time, to give Bobby De-Cordova Reid a chance in the central midfield position, right? And the moral of the story is, I would like to see how these two look together in the pivots in the middle of the park. The gaffer spoke to why he had to bench Damion Lowe for the Mexico game, said that Nana had a family emergency and had to leave the camp and basically wasn't training with the squad. And the gaffer finally arrived at his senses and decided to give Bobby De-Cordova Reid a run at central midfield. By the way, the gaffer praised Bobby's performance in the press conference. He said, as it pertains to Bobby, he said, we kept the ball better than we did. We kept the ball better than we have often done. That is what he said. We kept the ball better than we have often done. And he described and praised his performance as marvelous. Marvelous is what he said. He described his performance as. I wouldn't go that far, but he had a pretty decent showing, right? So we arrive at the conclusion Nana Lowe is the temporary solution to the CDM number 6 issue, right? That defensive shield. By the way, Nana came on, and as I was saying in my review video, Nana, me have to look and me have to wonder if a Busquets, me a watch prime Busquets. Merciful Father. Me a watch a game and me a say, a Busquets that? And then me have to say, no Busquets that. A Brockfoot Nana Lowe that in the middle of the park. Nana came on and he was very good in his little cameo at the end of the Mexico game, and he has put in some pretty decent performances at the CDM position. Put it this way, at the best CDM we have seen in quite some time represent the Jamaican national team. Seeing that's just I argument done. You get what I mean? I say name me somebody else where that has played in that position that has had the level of performances that we have seen Nana do over the last number of games. I mean, people can say that, he's not an ideal choice, makeshift, probably not the and even to then, from a ball playing ability, sometimes Nana turn it on, to be fair. And he must string a pass or two, and the pass them a connect. Him sometimes he looks very comfortable in tight spaces as well. Now, onto the Bobby De-Cordova Reid thing. See, I want to see them two in the middle of the park to see how them look together. And I think it can work. The fact of the matter is the number 8 position is a position that I don't think many fans really seem to understand how badly we need a proper number 8. A controller, somebody who can go box to box, and somebody who can, most importantly, receive the ball from the back line. That player that is going to show himself, make himself available with his facing the goal on the half, facing his goal on the half turn to receive the ball in tight spaces from the back line. People, we not have one of them in our team, that box to box link man controller who just kick starts the attack and just basically controls the progression of the ball up the pitch. Like for instance, a prime, Marco Verratti, the Italian player, comes to mind, who was at PSG, was a very good player where that was concerned. A number of other players out there, world-class players, who know the type of player that I'm talking about, that controller that just takes control of the progression of the football. Make a pass, make the right pass, set a bomb, move into space, receive back the ball again, and just take time, just combination play, connecting with people around him, progressing the ball. We don't have one of them there in the team. Again, makeshifts, not the ideal solution, right? But sometimes you have to take your hand, or take your hand to make fashion or something like that. Take your hand, whatever they say, however the saying goes. People, sometimes you just have to improvise. Sometimes you just have to just work with what you have. I don't know what it is. We have this pivot curse in our country where we can't find pivot players. We can't like even scouting overseas, the overseas born, whether it's in US, whether it's in Europe, UK. They are few and far between, and the few that are eligible, not really seem to be up for representing Jamaica. But there are very few available in the diaspora. Very, very few available, and God knows we can't produce them on the island. You get what I say? So we have to go the route of makeshift. Bobby De-Cordova, Reid, it just makes sense. It makes sense because even though he is, more often than not, he plays out wide, but he has played a number of games at the highest level, the English Premier League level, at attacking midfield, and he has even played in central midfield as well in the Prem, right? He has the muscle memory. His muscle memory is sharpened enough. He has that stored in his muscle memory. Receiving the ball with his facing his own goal, with his back to the goal where he wants to score, receiving it on the half turn in tight spaces, very tight spaces, players all around him, and connecting with players around him, his teammates around him. Yes, he has traditionally done that well. The times he does that is as an attacking midfielder, so the dynamics are a bit different. He's not as deep as a central midfielder would be. So there are a few differences, but for the most part, the roles are, a lot of the tasks that are performed in both the top link role and that central midfield role, a lot of those tasks overlap. You get what I say? So his muscle memory would be sharpened to a certain extent, where performing the function of receiving the ball, facing his own goal on the half turn in tight spaces. So my thing is, it only makes sense for give him a run there, so in the central midfield position, and try and see if him can make it work. Again, Bobby's main, I said it in my review video and I'll say it again, Bobby's main attribute is that he is a link man. That is his main attribute. So try and have that, that link man attribute, in deeper operating in being put to use in deeper positions for the Reggae Boyz. It makes no sense. Him the way up at top, because we are struggling to progress the ball. Him can't get a hold of the ball for link with anybody. And a lot of the times, Bobby De-Cordova Reid is out of the game for Jamaica and him last in the game. Him last in the game. So if he was to take charge of our build-up play from its start, we would get Bobby De-Cordova Reid more involved in the game and get his and better, put his linkman attribute to better use. The Gaffer tried it in the Mexico game. It worked on both sides of the ball. Bobby De-Cordova Reid did well, and we know Bobby De-Cordova Reid always have the work rate. Him always going to put in that defensive shift. You get what I say? Bobby De-Cordova Reid will play right back for Fulham in the Prem already. It worked. He on both sides of the ball, he did a solid job. And if the Gaffer try it again, who knows, him can probably get better and better in that role for Jamaica. At least it is worth a shot again, Gaffer. That me I say. Do it again. The Gaffer tried it the last time we played Mexico in that Gold Cup semi-final when we were humiliated. If you remember that game, we were humiliated in the first half. The second half, he made some changes. One of them was that he put Bobby De-Cordova Reid at central midfield, and the team looked a lot better. And Bobby actually had a decent second half and was actually pretty good controlling our build-up. So I don't understand how it take the Gaffer so long to try this again. I am all for trying Bobby De-Cordova Reid, putting him back in the number 8 position again, and seeing if it can work going forward, especially with these two, Damion Lowe and Bobby De-Cordova Reid. Let us see if it can work going forward. Yes, it's not an ideal thing to be putting two makeshifts in the pivot, but if are the best we can do right now, are the best we can do, and we need to see if this is the best we can do, as of right now, until we find more permanent solutions, until we find round pegs for the round holes instead of using these square pegs for the round hole. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Knock up the likes button, subscribe, and share. Free and easy ways to support the Formula Sports channel. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and until next time.